Okay, and it's channel 13. I mean, it's public television, which is like channel 13. Okay, in case people want to know.
You, plural of you, which there isn't.
Do you use that?
Honestly, I overuse it. I try not to, but I just can't get used to saying you collectively. You know.
So how would you say that?
You.
Yeah, but no. How would you say yuns? How would you use
yuns? Are yuns going to the store? Are yuns going? You know, did yuns get your homework done? You know that.
Do you think is that bad English?
Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible.
Why is it terrible?
Because there's no such word. You is the correct word.
But doesn't everybody around here use you?
No. It's a sloppy way of talking. And I do try to break myself of it.
Did anybody ever make fun of you because you use it?
Only our teachers.
How about your kids? Your kids use it?
No.
They say you?
They're taught properly.
What about any other words in Pittsburgh which you said gum band? What's gum band?
That's a
rubber band, a ponytail holder. But I went to Florida one time and I asked the next door neighbor for a gum band and she said, "What's that?" And I didn't know what to say. I thought everybody knew what it was. But yeah, we do have a slang here because we go to Annapolis a lot and people could pick us out. You know, you're from Pittsburgh.
Another favorite word is slippy instead of slippery. Boy, is it slippy out today. I mean, I think there's a book out with Pittsburgh language.
Yeah, how to talk Pittsburgh.
Right.
What about if you want to get your room cleaned up because some visitors are coming? What might you say?
Clean your room.
What about red up the room?
That too. That too. Read the table off.
Yeah, we have a bad habit of calling our cupboards, saying put your coat in the cupboard instead of put your coat in the closet. So, you know, cupboard's where you keep the dishes.
I think put the light out.
Yeah.
Put the light out. On your way out, put the light out.
What about what's a hickey?
That could be many things.
We were driving with somebody yesterday. Said turn left at the next hickey.
Oh, well, that's an object.
Just a thing.
Mm-hmm. I don't use that term.
No, I don't either.
So
we speak better language, better grammar.
You said that you prefaced one of your remarks by saying we have a bad habit of saying such and such. Do you really think it's bad?
Yes.
I think so. When you say I seen and it should be I saw, grown-ups talk like that. I just don't think it's very, doesn't look like we know what we're doing.
I notice a lot of people say, you should have saw. With that, I cringe. You should have seen.
You have children?
Me? No.
When you were growing up, did your parents try and get the Pittsburgh out of your way of speaking?
Well, first of all, I lived around Altoona. I guess till I was in a sophomore in high school. But you know, I really can't remember.
is there any other place in the country where you've traveled where you think they talk funny?
Every place
They
but
are
here.
right. I mean, you know, anybody can tell you that.
You have a favorite, sort of
A favorite part of me?
a part of the country where you really like the way they talk?
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, besides Pittsburgh.
I guess New England.
You said you like the way they talk in Pittsburgh, but then you said you don't like yours.
Right. No, I do not like sloppy grammar, really. I think everybody uses it occasional, but we overuse it. We really do.
I got a couple sentences. Can we have you read them?
He never had a good idea in his whole life.
Okay. Try to keep looking at it. You can keep looking at that. Okay.
All of the oil ran out of the car. I see a little green man over there.
Okay.
He went over the mountains and through the woods. She's thinking about drinking a bottle of beer. The paper was greasy, so she threw it in the sewer. Merry Christmas, said Mary. I'm going to marry Jack. You can't have a bad attitude about it, said the farmer. American tongues. Mary caught Larry taking a nap on the cot.
Okay. All right.
You want her to read
No, you're doing just.
Okay. What we can do is if one of you can read the words in brown, the other one can read the words in green. Okay?
I hate
So you-
green.
Okay.
Ask,
John,
Forrest,
Claudia,
Mary.
pleasure.
Okay. Well, yeah, you need to.
Too
Just,
fast.
yeah,
Okay.
just a
Read
little.
all the ones in green first, and then
Oh, okay.
Okay.
sort of fairly slowly.
Okay. You want me to read the green first?
Well, one can read green, one can read brown.
All right.
Whoever wants to do.
I'll take the green then.
Okay.
John, Claudia, pleasure, greasy, milk, Tess.
John.
Yeah, you read the brown, okay?
Oh, ask, Forrest, Mary, cot, house, old.
Okay. We'll let
It's
you
gonna
go
take
in a
much
minute.
longer.
No,
We're on our
that's
lunch break.
15
Okay.
seconds. Okay.
Okay. Idea, bottle, washed, dog, never, coffee.
Out and about, attitude, Mary, car, cot, rice.
Okay. All right. That'll work out
A mile from here in the uptown section of Bluff.
There's a lot of slang that goes on in Pittsburgh. You don't hear everybody use it, but it's very definitely here. There are things that they use like yins, where yins going, and
Downtown.
that nobody calls this Center City like they would New York or Philadelphia. We call it downtown, and it's not spelled W-O-D-N-T-O-W-N, but D-A. Downtown. And South Side we call it South Side. North Side is North Side, and East Side. And
I guess that alleviates the theories that if you put a microphone in front of somebody, you just start talking, right?
I don't know.
But
You
you
fellas
you
keep
guys
talking
talk that
stuff
way?
like this, do you?
Yeah, sure we do. If we're not thinking about it, we do.
Subconsciously, we probably do.
Sure.
It's Pittsburgh and not Pittsburgh. It's strange. Red off the table. What does red off the table mean? I don't know.
What does it mean?
Red up
clean
the
it
house.
Clean it up.
red
Red
it
the
up.
table up. These are terms that I know that you don't hear them anywhere else. Pop. Give me a bottle of pop. Go to Philadelphia, give me a bottle of pop. They don't know what you're talking
Soda.
People
There are some things that even amaze us because there are a couple of highways right around Pittsburgh, and it's always Route 8 and Route 19. And nobody in the world knows why those two highways are pronounced differently. It's the same identical word, but if you would ask 1,000 people on this street, they'd tell you it's Route 8 or Route 8 and Route 19. Are you guys really from New York? Or
Yeah, we really are. We're traveling across the country, and somebody said that the people in Pittsburgh sound like people in Philadelphia. You think that's true?
I don't find that
we
true.
have an office in Philadelphia, and we get together with those people a lot.
Yeah, and we
There
transfer
is
a lot of them in
decided-
here.
a lot of Philadelphia people come here to work, and vice versa. Now there is a decided difference.
I don't think they talk the way we do
Homegrown
because they
Philadelphia,
make
you
fun
can
of us. They're always
But they do
making
make
fun of the
fun.
way we talk.
And you don't make fun of them?
They look on us as like we're the colonies.
I guess.
Pittsburgh's like the colonies of Philadelphia and New York. But it's all good.
It doesn't sound like either of you is self-conscious about an accent or anything.
No, it doesn't.
Nobody ever bothered you
You're never
about that?
self-conscious about anything that belongs to you. If it's yours, we figure everybody else should be self-conscious about the way they talk.
I guess you would. I guess if we lived in New York, or if we lived in, of course, you go to Dallas and you go to Houston, you go to Florida, they're all transplants anyway. So I don't know, unless you can go somewhere where those people are,
Well,
where you stick out. I guess you could feel self-conscious.
So when you were little, did you speak any differently than the way you did now? Did you use yuns, for example?
No, I don't think so,
I
because
don't use that
everybody,
word. I don't know whether he does. I don't
everybody we grew up with, I personally don't use that particular word, but it's used in the city a lot. Where he is going, you know, or what he is going to do. You know, I mean, we probably wouldn't talk that way, but a lot of people in the city do. You know, it's used. All depends what part of town you're from. You know.
What part of town does that happen?
Well, we were both born and raised right downtown Pittsburgh, but I think that's more prevalent in the south side, the north side. Yeah.
What do you do for a living?
We're both in advertising, sales.
Are you ever in the position of having to hire secretaries, people like
Sure.
that?
Yeah.
If somebody came in and used yuns in a job interview, what would your reaction be?
It would probably be somewhat negative. I don't think we would. If we had to choose between two people of equal talents, and one said where you going and what do you do, and the other one didn't, we would probably pick the one that didn't.
Why?
You know, because it's slang, you know, and I would assume that we would prefer in business somebody that didn't have to use slang in order to, communicate. I don't want to put that down, you know, that's not really a put down. It's just that it's there, and you either use it or you don't. I don't think Pittsburghers really think about it. You know I don't. I mean, we're talking about it because you asked us, and we happen to know that it exists, and we probably have a lot more exposure to it because we have a lot of people that work with us from Philadelphia and from different parts of the country. So, we've been exposed to that kind of conversation before. We've talked about it before. But some of the stuff even surprises us, like the Route 8, Route 19 thing we were talking about.
Yeah.
Somebody brought that to my attention about 6 months ago, and I said, yeah, that's right, we do. I couldn't tell you why we do that, though.
If somebody, hold on, I've got a tape change. We put together this sentence. I'm gonna ask you to translate it. Okay.
Okay.
As soon as he's up.
Put together a sentence.
Tell me what this means.
The kids were noisy, so I said, scrapple is all. Quit retching.
Any idea?
I haven't the slightest idea what that means.
Ask your friends in Philadelphia about that.
Kids
The
were
scrapple
noisy.
is all.
Well, scrapple
Quit
is
retching.
Kids were noisy, so I said.
I haven't the slightest.
scrapple is sort of like the leftovers of a pig, and they put it into a
Yeah, I know.
like a
I know
sausage.
scrapple's something you eat.
Yeah, that's what it
The
is.
scrapple is
pretty-
all.
Yeah, and it means it's all out.
It's all gone.
It's all
Oh,
gone.
it's all gone?
Yeah,
I see.
and rutching is sort of fidget.
Oh, okay.
That's interesting.
See, that's
I may have
two
heard
words
this word,
that-
but
yeah.
I've never heard this word.
Yeah, I've heard that one used in a different way, but and the retching, I've never heard of that before at all.
That's interesting.
10-year-old kid in Lancaster, Pennsylvania would say, "What is it, you guys? You don't know what this means?"
Yeah,
you,
right.
You serious?
Sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, but you can get back at them. Somebody came up to you and said, "Don't be nebby. I'm waiting on my jumbo."
Don't be nebby.
Mind your own
be
business.
mind
I'm
your
waiting
own
for
business.
My bologna.
Waiting on my jumbo.
Jumbo is meat
Yeah,
around here.
right.
It's a,
Well, let's
it's
get
a,
it.
it's a
Yeah.
cold cut.
Get that again.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna need that again. Are you gonna start this?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
Mind your own business. I'm waiting on my cold cuts. Sandwich meat. That's what jumbo is around here. I don't know if it's anywhere else.
Okay. Good. Do you ever hear the expression "Kennywood's open"?
Yeah,
your
sure.
zipper stop.
Could mean a couple of things, right?
Yeah, that's basically what. All right. Well, that's basically it. You know? What do you call 9:45? What's its relation to 10 o'clock?
Quarter to 10.
Quarter to 10. Quarter to 10.
Some people say quarter till 10. That's sort of a regional
Yeah.
thing.
That's fine. I call it quarter to.
Quarter to 10.
What do you say? 2 or 2?
quarter to 10.
Yeah. If you think about it, it drives you crazy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Remember how you thought.
And, one more interesting thing
Yeah.
around here. We call tunnels, Liberty tunnels, Armstrong tunnels. They call them tubes.
Here.
Tubes. In
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, they call them tubes. Don't ask me why.
Especially the Liberty. It's really known as the Liberty Tubes. If you would say to somebody in Pittsburgh, "Where's the Liberty Tunnels?" they'd look at you kind of strange. They might say the Fort Pitt Tunnels, but it's the Liberty Tubes.
But there's 5-foot letters above it. It says Liberty Tunnels.
Yeah.
But everybody calls them tubes.
Right.
Okay.
Hey, thanks.
All right. Let me give you a card so you know who we are.
Just say them
Just say them and give a little, a couple seconds pause between each.
one after each other.
One after the other.
Ask, John, Forrest, Cloudy, Mary, Pleasure, Greasy, Caught, Milk, House, Tess, Old. Is that okay?
Yeah. So, for example, you said greasy. Okay, that's the way
Greasy.
people say that in the north, but if you go to the south, they say greasy.
Greasy,
Yeah, if you
Greasy.
ever hear
They say
anybody
greasy.
like slimy.
No, it means the same thing. Yeah. So just-
with the Z, greasy.
Instead of oh, out and about, idea, attitude, bottle, Mary, borscht, dog, car, never, cot, coffee, rice. Mary, downtown, mashed, really big, nothing, leg, parents, cement, joint, mirror.
Yep. Just one more thing. Let's see. I think I've got. Yep. Just the words in purple.
Just the words in purple, hickey, gum bands.
Okay. Say it again. Just give it a little rest between each one. Okay.
Hickey.
Okay. Try to look at the camera and say it. Okay. No,
Right here at the camera.
Don't look at that.
Yeah. You know the two words now, right?
Hickey
and gum band.
and gum bands.
Okay. Now do it again. Just looking at the camera.
Look right
Just
at the
look
camera.
right in there.
Okay, hickey. And then gum bands? Gum bands.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. That's fine. You know what is a gum band?
It's a gum band?
What is it?
It's a gum band. It's the thing that like you wrap things up in.
Did you ever
It
hear?
stretches.
Did you ever hear another name for that?
Rubber band? I think some people call it rubber band. Not here though.
You had to think about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks much. See, that wasn't hard, was it?
No.
Or else
Yeah.
when you ask somebody what's a rubber band, they'd go, it's a rubber band.
It's a typical Pittsburgh name then, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I think I
The only reason why I thought of that was because my aunt lives in Seattle. And she came to visit us like 15 years ago. And she said rubber band, and we all laughed at her. I said, what's that? And she said, rubber band, or and then we realized it's our gum band. But I didn't know it was just in Pittsburgh. We're special. Hey, yeah. Can I give you one of my cards?
Sure, give me one of your cards.
What are you guys doing?
Well, we're doing a documentary about how people talk.
How people talk.
You do a lot of that.
She does.
She does more of it.
How do people talk in Pittsburgh?
We have Pittsburgh E's.
Yeah.
What's that?
What's that?
Like you say,
Yins. You all.
Y'all's popular.
Put on the light. How can you put on the light? What else? Just different things.
We haven't heard any of it.
You haven't heard any Pittsburgh? Oh boy.
Let's see some good ones here.
Yeah.
Downtown.
Yeah. Downtown.
Not left, it's left.
Somebody told us we were being nebby the other day. I don't know what that means.
Nebby. No.
You don't know what Nebby means? Nebby
Where you
means
from?
you're
Nebby?
intruding on their private.
Rights of the
Yeah.
citizen of Pittsburgh.
Okay, now just one person explained. I didn't hear that.
It means you're intruding on their private rights. Being Nebby, and I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't say bug off.
Yeah.
Or like get lost. Or like, or a few other ones. Hey, what do you guys seriously? Hey,
Seriously, what are we doing?
What are yins? See, I said yins.
Natural.
Is this going to be on TV or what?
Yeah, it's for TV, but we're going to a lot of different cities. And we're
Oh, you
trying-
are? What other cities are you doing?
Cincinnati, Philadelphia, Texas.
Okay, how do we say Cincinnati?
Cincinnati.
Yeah, and we say
New York? Wait, what was the other one?
New Orleans. It's New Orleans. That's something
What were you
different.
talking about when I interrupted you?
About what you were doing and how we could get on your camera. We were going to turn around and come back this way, so she said she's coming up to you. She's coming up to you.
But do you think you talk like you're Pittsburghers?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
You could tell.
We learned it in
I
school.
don't really.
That we did
Especially
talk
whenever
wrong.
you go away.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, I do? Do I really?
Y'all do. You all do that.
How do
I
they
think-
sound?
Really?
Pardon me?
How do they sound? And is that good? Is it good to sound like
Oh, that's great.
That's like really groovy.
Oh, in
That's
school
like
they try to teach us
Valley Girl
how to
talk.
talk better, but we don't.
Yeah, you can't really get, once you're in the knack of the swing of talking, you can't get out of it,
That's true.
right?
So how do you all know each other?
We're from Bradford.
Bradford Business School. We go to school there. It's our lunch break.
Do they teach you how to talk there?
Yeah.
They're trying to.
Oh, yeah, trying.
Comma after comma.
Really.
Do they really try to change the way you talk?
Yes.
I mean, they get into
More
business?
professional, more business,
Professional, yeah.
especially in our
To
professional
enunciate the
development.
words better. We can't say yuns and y'all and things like that.
Downtown. Everyone says
Down.
There's
Down.
you should talk to Mrs. Yes. She'd have
She's-
a lot for
We
you.
have a book on it. Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh
something
East,
about it. Yeah.
something or other.
We're looking for it in the flesh.
You're looking for it in flesh. Well, here it is.
We are.
You
Has
know,
anybody ever made fun of you for the way you talk? Have you tried?
Oh yeah. When I get down to the side, my uncle lives in Maryland, and they'll just look at me when I start talking like, "What are you saying?" They don't understand a lot of words that we have
But
up here.
it seems normal to us though. When we
Yeah,
talk, it
we
just
don't
seems
think
right.
nothing of it.
We all
I know.
understand it.
I know. I was wondering when he was holding a sausage or something.
a jumbo. It's a jumbo. What's a jumbo?
A jumbo. It's a kind of meat.
Oh yeah, chipped ham. Chipped ham. Jumbo. That's the only around here.
Chipped ham.
Chipped ham,
that's
yeah.
right.
What is chipped ham?
Chipped ham is jumbo, but it's chipped and it's sliced
It's
thin.
chipped really thin. It's just like in
Where are you from?
pull it apart.
Pardon me?
New York.
Do we sound different to you?
But New York's a walk of life, though.
See, you say talk when we say talk.
We
Yeah.
say talk.
We say talk.
Do you say fish or fish? We say fish and dish.
Who's she? I don't say fish.
We don't say
My dad says fish, so I say fish.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Say
I
it.
say fish.
Fish.
He threw me a wishcloth. When she first said that, I said, "Nah, throw me a wishcloth." She said, "What the hell are you wishing for?"
No, I say fish. Wish,
Yeah.
fish, dish.
I don't think that's a Pittsburgh word though. Fish.
I don't
Hey,
think
well,
so
I'm really sorry.
I think it's a Jamestown word.
Oh, that's-
We done?
One more thing.
Okay.
One more. What act on
Hickey. Something you get on your neck.
It doesn't mean anything else?
No, I can think of a few things, but I can't say.
Oh, I can think of what that means. A hickey is, hand me that hickey. It's like a gadget. Like if you want to
yeah,
say,
that's true.
so something like stop, you say, give me that hickey there, and people are supposed to just assume, well, you know what they're talking about. It's a hickey. Or it could be something really ungodly on your neck.
We're not talking about that.
Okay, well, it's a hickey. It's a little gadget that you're referring to, and you say, give me that hickey.
Okay, what about the second word?
Gum bands. Gum bands are rubber bands. Rubber bands you wrap around something.
We don't call them gum bands.
You
I
don't
call
call
them gum bands.
I call them gum
I
bands.
call them rubber bands too.
Rubber bands is too long. Hand me a rubber band, and then we say, hand me a gum band. Gum band.
It's easier.
Gumby.
Gumby. Gumby.
Is that all?
That's all.
Probably sometimes. Yeah.
When?
Run into it.
When are you likely to do that?
Bunch of friends. Get around, you know. Yins a lot.
Yeah?
You hear the yins.
But you don't do that, like you wouldn't call us that.
No.
Why not?
I don't know.
You have to think about it?
Just think about speaking that way?
So you just naturally
All
say
comes
yes.
natural.
You have to think about not speaking that way.
No. Only when you get around with a bunch of friends, we have a shy time.
Yeah, just some sentences. Okay.
We have a few sentences that we'd like to ask you to read. We've asked people if you parts of the country to read these sentences, just so we could hear what's going on.
Just stick it right in place.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you want to get over here? All you have to do is just read them back to us.
These are all
Okay?
10-syllable words.
Okay, he never had a good idea in his whole life.
And try to use maybe the voice that you use with your friends. Okay. Pretend.
You want the Pittsburghie.
Pretend we're your friends. Yeah, just because we're just listening to the way someone from Pittsburgh can say these expressions.
All of the oil ran out of the car. I see a little green man over there. He went over the mountain and through the woods. She's thinking about drinking a bottle of beer. The paper was greasy, so she threw it in the sewer. Merry Christmas, said Mary. I'm going to marry Jack. You can't have a bad attitude about it, said the farmer. American tongues. Mary caught Larry taking a nap on the cot. His parents asked him to fetch some water for the wash. The ground in the forest was soft as a pillow. There was a big sail and some nice white rice. Scrapple?
You know what that is? No idea? Okay.
What's scrapple?
It's sort of the entrails of a pig. They eat it in eastern Pennsylvania. They love it. They eat it for breakfast.
Oh,
It's real awful. Yeah, right. You're smart. Right. Okay, we don't do that.
That program one.
Okay, let me just see. Yeah, you can just read the words on that page, okay? Just take a couple seconds between each word. Just read through them.
Okay. Mary, downtown, mashed, really big, nothing, leg, parents, smet, joint, and mirror.
All right. Okay, well, thanks a lot.
Sure.
It is.
Oh, I see. I know what she's talking about. No, I don't think so. No, I know New Yorkers do.
Everybody else but, right?
Everybody else but Pittsburgh, right?
Unless you're from the South.
Well, do you think we have an accent?
Some people I hear sound like it's different from the way I speak, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
See, you don't. It doesn't sound like you have an accent, unless we get into a strong conversation or whatever.
And what happens then?
Then I can pick up certain words, maybe.
Oh, but I mean amongst yourselves, do you talk a little differently when you're just talking about your own things?
No.
Unless we talk in a foreign language.
Do you speak foreign language?
Yeah, but we won't divulge it right now.
Yeah.
Why not?
That's our secret weapon.
Do you have kids?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
And did they grow up in Pittsburgh?
Yes, I did. Uh-huh.
Did they ever come home and say things like yins?
Yuns.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
But that was corrected
Yeah,
immediately.
that's been corrected.
I think
Yuns.
they picked it up at school
Did ya?
or with.
Or would you? Or can't you? That's been eliminated from the vocabulary.
Why is that bad?
What?
It's not in the Pittsburgh dictionary anymore.
Why not?
I think it sounds irrational, and there's a mental poverty involved when you start saying words like that. Would you, or can't you, or did you? Emphasis on the latter parts.
And yuns too?
Yuns or yunses, I disfavor that word very much. My daughter-in-law used it, and I've corrected her repeatedly, and I don't think she does it anymore. After all, you are advertising to the people how much mentality you have, and I think it's displayed in your words.
Do you ever hear someone who is, for all other intents and purposes, an intellect or very educated person use that word? Have you ever heard that? out of somebody's mouth who's, maybe a professor or...
What's that?
Use yuns.
Oh. No, but I think if I would, it would disappoint me if it came out of a professor.
But don't you? If somebody said, "Where yuns going?" you'd know what they were saying, right?
Yes.
But you don't think it's good English.
I think it's improper English. Just like in construction, in building houses, the aesthetics are not there.
What about words like "red up"? That's a Pittsburgh expression.
Red up.
Would you ever use that?
No,
No.
I'll eliminate that too.
What about gum bands?
Gum bands.
That's an old cliche.
Yeah,
Is that what you say?
No,
Would
I
you-
say
would you-
rubber band.
Yeah, rubber bands.
It sounds like you're trying to eliminate all the stuff that says, "Hey, this is a Pittsburgher talk."
No, my main concern is who said that this was Pittsburgh's language? Who really said it was Pittsburgh language?
You don't think it's Pittsburgh's language?
No, I mean, they may have. I think they picked up a word everywhere. Maybe they went to South Carolina or North Carolina and they picked up a different word, brought it to Pittsburgh, and then they says, well, this is the Pittsburgh slang,
But are you embarrassed about that?
No.
But I mean, we just talked to somebody and she didn't know another word for gum bands. She says gum bands. I mean, that's what they are. Okay. So
Yeah, there's another word they use, purse, and you should say a handbag. See, and I used to say purse, and then I was corrected.
who corrected you?
A teacher.
So do you find that you have to watch when you talk, or else one of those things might slip in?
Yes, it's easy. You know what? I think it's easy to pick that type of a language up because it's much easier. This makes an effort to try to pronounce your words more distinctively. And like I said, you are advertising. As soon as you open your mouth, like when they came to Peter in the New Testament, they said, "Thy speech betrayeth thee." And in another place, we find out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh.
Let me ask you this. If you hear someone speak and they sound like they have what to you is a New York accent, do you think that do you make a judgment about how educated they might be or how smart or intelligent?
I don't know.
No, I don't. No, I think it's part of the country, and as long as the English is good, how it sounds with a draw. Like you could take the word pecan. In one place it sounds pecan. Another place it sounds pecan. Another place it sounds. There's another pronunciation, but I can't think of it. But they're all correct.
So you're not so concerned about pronunciation, it's just grammar.
Right. Oh, I love some of these southern pronunciations. I do.
Like-
When I used